Our day in Chennai began with a bright, sunny morning. The air was already warm and filled with the city's busy sounds. Yu's spouse and kids visited Mathy and Dr. P in Chennai. Yu and spouse had an important business meeting with their partner Gauss. Gauss took us the new technology company owned by international company SCXS and DNJs. The building was made of shiny glass and steel. It looked very modern. Inside, everything was clean and new. Young people rushed around with laptops, their minds full of big ideas. We saw rooms with large screens and colorful charts. It felt like we were looking into the future. It is wonderful to see how much progress is being made in our country. The children's eyes were wide with curiosity, watching this world of innovation. The people at the company were very kind. They showed us around with big smiles. They explained their work in simple words for the children. They were building software that could help farmers. Isn't that a wonderful use of technology to help the people who feed us all? The children asked many questions. The young engineers answered each one with great patience. After the tour, we all sat together and had fresh filter coffee. It was strong and sweet, just the way I like it. This visit was not just about business. It was a lesson for the children about hard work and dreaming big. After the meeting, our real Chennai adventure started. The city is a lovely mix of the old and the new. You can see a tall, modern building standing right next to a small, ancient temple. This is the magic of India. Our first stop was for lunch. We found a small, busy restaurant. The smell of spices and ghee filled the air. We sat at a simple table and ordered a grand meal. We had soft idlis, crispy dosas, and fluffy vadas. They were served on a fresh banana leaf. The food was simple, but oh, so delicious. It was a true taste of South India. Eating together is always special. The children ate with their hands, laughing as sambar dripped from their fingers. They loved the crispy paper roast dosa, which was taller than them. We drank sweet badam milk to finish our meal. The waiter, a kind man with a warm smile, told us stories about the city. He suggested places we should visit. Food does more than fill our stomachs. It fills our hearts and connects us to people. It was the perfect start to our exploration of Chennai's rich culture. We left the restaurant feeling happy and ready for more. Our next stop was the beautiful Santom Basilica. This grand white church stands near the sea. It is a very special place. It is built over the tomb of Saint Thomas, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus. Imagine that. A piece of such ancient history is right here in Chennai. The church is painted a brilliant white. It looks like a pearl against the blue sky. As we walked inside, a feeling of peace washed over us. The noisy city sounds faded away. It was so quiet and calm. The air inside was cool and smelled faintly of old wood and incense. The church is very beautiful inside. Sunlight streamed through the stained glass windows. It painted colorful patterns on the floor. We saw tall arches and lovely paintings of stories from the Bible. We walked quietly down the aisle, looking at the intricate details. The children were very well behaved. They seemed to understand that this was a holy place. We sat on a wooden pew for a few minutes. We did not need to say anything. We just sat and felt the peace of the place. It is important to visit such places. They remind us that faith and peace can be found everywhere, in many different forms. From the quiet church, we went to the lively Marina Beach. It is one of the longest city beaches in the world. The sand stretched for as far as our eyes could see. The Bay of Bengal looked vast and powerful. The beach was full of life. Families were walking, children were flying kites, and vendors were selling all sorts of snacks. We saw people selling colorful balloons and tasty sundae, which is a snack made of boiled chickpeas. The air was salty and filled with the happy shouts of people enjoying the evening. We took off our shoes and walked on the cool sand. We walked along the shore, letting the gentle waves tickle our feet. The children ran ahead, chasing the small waves as they rolled back to the sea. Anand and I walked slowly behind them, just enjoying the moment. We bought some roasted corn on the cob from a vendor. It was hot and sprinkled with salt and lime juice. It tasted wonderful as we watched the sun begin to set over the city. Marina Beach is not just a place, it is an experience. It is where the whole city comes together to relax and be happy. It is a place of simple joys. Our cultural journey continued at the Kalakshetra Foundation. This place is a temple of art. It is a school where students learn traditional Indian dance, music, and crafts. The campus is very green and peaceful. It is filled with large trees and quiet courtyards. It felt like we had stepped into a different world, away from the city's hustle. We could hear the faint sound of a flute playing somewhere. We could also hear the rhythmic beat of ankle bells from a dance class. Art lives and breathes in every corner of this beautiful place. It was started by the great dancer Rukmini Devi Arundale. We were lucky to watch a short dance performance. Young dancers in bright costumes moved with so much grace. Their hands and eyes told stories from our ancient epics. It was like watching a beautiful painting come to life. The children sat mesmerized. They had never seen anything like it. The music, the movements, the expressions, everything was perfect. It made me feel so proud of our rich artistic heritage. We must teach our children to appreciate these arts. They are a treasure that has been passed down through generations. Kalakshetra is doing a wonderful job of keeping this treasure safe. After the performance, we took a walk around the campus. We saw students learning to weave beautiful silk saris on large wooden looms. We saw others painting and making pottery. Everyone was so focused and dedicated. The entire atmosphere was one of creativity and discipline. We felt so inspired. It is places like Kalakshetra that protect the soul of our culture. It is not just a school. It is a promise that our traditions will continue to shine brightly for many years to come. It was a truly enriching experience for our whole family, a lesson in beauty and dedication. Later in the evening, we visited a different kind of beach, Thiruvanmiyur Beach. This beach is much quieter than Marina Beach. It is smaller and has a more local, peaceful feel. There were fewer crowds here. We saw fishermen mending their nets and families sitting quietly watching the waves. The sand was soft and the sea breeze was gentle. It was the perfect place to sit and reflect on our day. The children found beautiful seashells on the shore. They collected them carefully, like precious jewels. Thiruvanmiyur Beach has a simple, untouched charm that feels very special and personal. Our final adventure for the day was a trip to the famous shopping areas of T Nagar and Pondi Bazaar. If you want to feel the real energy of Chennai, you must come here. The streets were crowded with people. The air was filled with 1,000 different sounds. Shopkeepers called out to customers. Auto rickshaws honked and music blared from shops. It was a wonderful, chaotic symphony. Ranganathan Street in T Nagar is famous for its big jewelry and textile shops. Their windows glittered with gold and colorful silks. It was a feast for the eyes. We walked through Pondi Bazaar, which is a paradise for street shoppers. The pavements were lined with small stalls. They sold everything you can imagine. There were colorful clothes, shiny bangles, handmade leather sandals, and toys. The smells were just as exciting as the sights. We could smell fresh jasmine flowers being woven into garlands. We could smell hot, crispy snacks being fried at food stalls. We bought some pretty glass bangles for the children and some fragrant jasmine for our hair. The joy of bargaining with a friendly shopkeeper is a unique experience in itself. The children's faces were full of excitement. They pointed at everything they saw. We bought them some small wooden toys and let them choose some colorful clips for their hair. Shopping here is not just about buying things. It is about being part of the city's vibrant life. It is about the smiles, the sounds, and the energy of the people. We stopped at a small stall and drank sweet, refreshing sugarcane juice. It was squeezed fresh right in front of us. It gave us the energy to explore a little more of the lively market. As our wonderful day came to an end, we felt tired, but very happy. Chennai had shown us so many of its faces. We saw its modern, forward-looking side at the tech company. We felt its spiritual heart at the Santom Basilica. We touched its artistic soul at Kalakshetra. We played on its lively beaches and got lost in its bustling markets. Each place we visited was a new story, a new memory for our family. It was a day of learning, laughter, and togetherness. A city is not just made of buildings and roads. It is made of its people and its stories. And Chennai has a beautiful story to tell.